So good afternoon, Mr. Premier.
Good afternoon,
We'd like to thank you for taking time out from doing the work of the people to come and see what the issues are. As educators, we would rather be in the class because that's our passion. However, there are some pressing issues that we feel need to be addressed and need to be addressed soon. We have for you a list of those issues that were presented in a motion that we took earlier, and also we have another copy for the minister. Some of these issues are outstanding 20 plus years. We'd like to see resolution to these issues. So those are issues. If you would like to say something to your teachers, feel free.
All right, well, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon to yourself, General Secretary, Vice Presidents, member of the BUT Executive, teachers who are gathered here, paraeducators, others, those in support of today's activity. I'll start by saying this very clearly, that the exercise of the freedom to protest and to openly express person's views is the cornerstone of our democracy, and this government will continue to support that. And the one thing I can say is, and I think that it's very personal to me, as my daughter has just purchased her school uniforms for Northlands Primary, of which she'll be starting in September, I know that we all share a common goal that Bermuda's children receive the best education possible. And so what I want to make sure is that in anything in which we do, we are keeping that particular matter as clear and possible in our focus. Because it's important that we remain focused on the teaching and learning that must go into every classroom, to making sure that we are going to deliver for those persons who we want to rise and take our place. One thing I'll say is that we are committed to continuing to work with the Bermuda Union of Teachers. I'm now taking notes of this particular matter, and it says to address the Commissioner of Education, to the Permanent Secretary of Education, and to the Minister of Education, that says that a motion moved that we do not return to work until we hear responses from the ministry on the following. And it says the BUT demands a meeting to be held with the Department of Education's Minister, Commissioner, Permanent Secretary, Policy Analyst, Member from Human Resources, and the BUT membership to resolve the following. It goes on to say paraeducators and ETAs, who I'm assuming are educational therapists, assistants, issues to be issues as previously shared. I know there is ongoing work with that. The Bermuda Union of Teachers was involved with the formulation of those job descriptions, which I think is something that is outstanding. The issue of non-teaching deputies at primary schools, the issues of scale post positions in preschools, the enrollment and staffing at Elliott Primary School, the reopening of TM Tatum Middle School, which I think was addressed by a minister yesterday, one-year contracts for Bermudian teachers, job evaluations, acting positions to ensure that teachers are paid accordingly, and job descriptions for preschool administrators. And it says, in addition, we demand the details of the department's plan for the 2019-2020 school year as it pertains to all school buildings and staffing. What I can say is, though I cannot promise that all those matters can be addressed in a meeting which happens today, I have spoken to the Minister of Education, and I can assure you that the meeting of which you request, which we wanted to have yesterday, recognizing that the Commissioner of Education was out sick, which I think that is something that we can all recognize as someone is on sick leave. We want to make sure that meetings are as productive as possible. But the Minister of Education has informed me that the Commissioner is back in today, and I'm sure that we can happily make sure this meeting happens today so you can get the update directly from the Commissioner of Education and the other persons of which you seek fit, so the teachers can get back to doing what you want to do best, and that is to make sure that we are teaching our students in our schools. So you have that commitment from your letter, and that meeting will happen today, and I'm sure that you will be available for it.
Thank you, Mr. Premier. We await the time. We are at Heritage Center Worship Hall.
2 p.m.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
All right.